What's going on? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So today we're going to talk to you about NIO. I want to go over some of the data points, break it down on what's really been moving it, and why tomorrow might be a somewhat good green day for NIO. So I want to go over all the things that you need to know, but first make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So NIO is down 1.45%, piggybacking off of the broader market sphere. So there is a lot of selling, so profit taking, tax loss selling in some cases. So just a lot of blood. And essentially you're not seeing that much institutions really lining up to buy the dip. Even in NIO's case, it did have a low of 433, 447 the high, and kind of low volume. So 30.4 million shares being traded, 51.9 is the average. Majority, as per usual, does come from algorithmic trading and shorts. So no transactions on the secondary market. So like I said, big money is not really lining up to buy NIO. Most likely they're going to be waiting for NIO's December numbers just to see if they hit their mark. So that should be another couple days. But you could also see some buying tomorrow because tomorrow's the last day in Q4 2024. What does that mean? Ultimately, institutions will be rebalancing their portfolios. So a lot of stocks that have somewhat outperformed others, those might be sold off. Flip side, those that underperformed, such as NIO, should be bought up, again, just to match with a certain percentage wise. So NIO could see some abnormal buying tomorrow. So again, that could really stand to benefit, but no official news associated to NIO, no SEC filing. So it's kind of just stuck in limbo waiting for numbers. The only thing that really came out recently was this. So NIO opens its first showroom in Dubai, second in the UAE. So I think generally that's kind of a good thing. The UAE is really stepping up their infrastructure to accommodate for EVs. So I think NIO's expansion is a good thing, a wise thing to do. But I'm not really sure on deliveries and how that's really going to commence, especially cost wise and stuff like that. So let me know your viewpoint on that in the comments below, and if you think that is a wise thing or not. So yeah, what's your thoughts on that? Shorts though, which are making up majority of the volume, are increasing 1.03 million shares. 10.75% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 143.53 million shares overall are being shorted. Cost to borrow average 3.66, then utilization is at 100%. It is very unfortunate the fact that shorts have and were able to return from about 15.63% to where it is now at 10.75 with basically no upside. So the stock has only gone down during that time frame. So over the last 1 month, down 2.65%. 5 days down 7.16. So short's been able to really do whatever the hell they want. And this, once again, as I've explained, all stems down to just big money, not buying NIO. So hopefully with their upcoming earnings and them disclosing their numbers, that should really lay the foundation for when profitability will be occurring, whether it be in a year and a half or 2 years or whatever else. And then essentially that is where the stock price and operations is going to align a little bit more. Until then, just anticipate continued volatility. But looking at the options, there was 2.16 million in calls, 1.93 million in puts. 44% of all the options being done today are bearish in nature. So dollar value is kind of in line with the norm. So even on the 27th, there was 4.08 million. So nothing really crazy, abnormal volume or anything like that. Of the call options that are being purchased, you do see a consensus for it to be above 550 by the end of this week. So a lot of optimism for NIO's numbers. Then you have random pockets for it to be above 750 by January. Looks like $8 by April. So you do have good amount of optimism behind the scenes, but I don't know where they're really getting that from. Maybe just a broad market expansion, or possibly NIO just hitting their marks. One of those two. Clearly that's where some of this optimism is coming from. Bears though, they're anticipating for it to be sub $4. Still a little bit more upside than down, but based on this, you're seeing more just kind of suppression, or not necessarily suppression, just more downside anticipated. So like I said, it is rather unfortunate. And even based on my last video, some individuals have been posting saying, like, why are shorts even involved in NIO? Like, the downside is very limited and whatever else. I think in general, what they are trying to do is with no institutions really buying it or adding any support, shorts are able to do whatever the hell they want. So I think just NIO, like coming from a actual true value, it's well past discounted. So I think that ship has sailed for the most part. If you're believing like why are shorts trying to suppress it, it's because shorts can name the game. Like whatever shorts want to do right now, they like it's going to happen. So if they really wanted to, they could easily double down because there is quite a lot of available shares. Right now, there is in excess of 10 million shares. So again, if they really wanted to suppress NIO, and by them returning like a large amount over the last month, like they can easily double down and suppress it. So I think it's just shorts are controlling NIO, and some people might disagree with me on that, but yeah, that's basically how it is. So let me know your viewpoint on that. But aside from that, with it at $4.40, it is trading between this S1 and this S2. So 437 is going to be that next strong support, followed by 423. Then 446 is going to be that next strong target / resistance. And it kind of bounced off of that general area. So 447 was the high for today. So we do know that's a very strong kind of resistance. Moving over here, no new analyst ratings on the actual chart itself, well below the ALMA, below all the key pivotal moving averages. Bearish deviation starting to form on the stochastic RSI, plus it is at 40, so not really considered oversold anymore. So technicals look absolutely horrific as per usual with NIO. There was some glimpses of hope. You can kind of see every so often it does try to break out, but that is where shorts usually start to double down, use those available shares to their own discretion and kind of kill the momentum. But yeah, I think eventually NIO's stock price will correlate more with operations, but until then, it's right now not looking good. So anyone investing in NIO, you just have to be comfortable with a lot of volatility. So let me know your viewpoint on all of that. So where do you see things going in the short term? Of course, a couple more days for the numbers to come out. Do you think they're going to be better than anticipated? And do you think that is going to result in the stock price going higher? Or do you think that NIO is just destined for lower lows? One final thing, pop over to my Patreon where I give buy signals on stocks, options, and crypto. Many of them have been absolute bangers. Even today, I did over the weekend, I stated that Faraday was due for a very nice push higher. So I gave a buy signal at, I think, $1.30, I believe, and now this is at $3, give or take. Even hologram, that one is up like crazy today, so another buy signal. This one is at 170% up just today alone. So definitely pop over to my Patreon, link in the description below, and also comments. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.